Welcome to Truth Report. Tonight, we peel back the layers of global energy dynamics, revealing the hidden costs and beneficiaries of a world teetering on the brink. From the explosive geopolitics of the Middle East to the quiet revolution in battery technology, the truth about our energy future is far from simple.
We'll expose how military actions and political assassinations in oil-rich regions directly threaten global stability and our wallets, while simultaneously examining the rapid advancements in clean energy that promise to redefine power structures. We connect these seemingly disparate dots to uncover a pattern of control and innovation.
Our investigation begins in the Middle East, a region perpetually at the heart of global energy supplies. Recent escalations, particularly regarding Iran, show a dangerous game being played with severe implications for everyone, from Wall Street to Main Street. The stakes couldn't be higher.
Tonight, we ask, who truly benefits from perpetual conflict in the world's most critical energy choke points? And as the old energy order struggles to maintain its grip, what does the silent progress in sustainable technology tell us about the emerging future of power?
Join us as we shine a light on the forces shaping our energy landscape, challenging the narratives and demanding accountability. This is Truth Report.
We start with a critical flashpoint, the Strait of Hormuz. Al Jazeera reports on how escalating U.S.-Israel attacks on Iran pose an immediate threat to this vital waterway, a choke point through which an astonishing 20 to 30% of the world's oil and gas supplies are shipped daily.
This isn't just about regional tensions, it's about global economic stability. Any significant disruption in the Strait of Hormuz would send shockwaves through international energy markets, leading to massive price surges and potentially triggering a global economic recession. The ripple effect is undeniable.
The strategic importance of the strait cannot be overstated. It's the only sea passage from the Persian Gulf to the open ocean for oil tankers, liquefied natural gas carriers, and container ships. Iran has repeatedly warned it could close the strait in response to military aggression or sanctions.
And that threat is precisely why U.S. and Israeli actions targeting Iran are so reckless. According to Al Jazeera, these attacks fuel an already volatile situation, increasing the likelihood of Iranian retaliation that could manifest as an embargo or direct disruption of shipping routes. This isn't diplomacy, it's playing with fire.
The question we must ask is, who stands to gain from this heightened instability and potential oil price spikes? While consumers suffer, certain segments of the oil and gas industry, along with defense contractors, often see profits soar during periods of geopolitical conflict and uncertainty.
It's a grim calculus. Major oil producers who are not directly involved in the conflict could also capitalize on higher crude prices, while nations heavily reliant on Middle Eastern oil imports would face severe economic strain. The burden is disproportionately shifted to everyday citizens and vulnerable economies.
This situation exposes the deep vulnerability of a global energy system still overwhelmingly dependent on fossil fuels. The intertwining of military strategy and energy security creates a dangerous feedback loop, where military interventions are justified by energy interests, which in turn are destabilized by those very interventions.
We're witnessing a desperate attempt to maintain control over traditional energy flows, even if it means risking regional wars. The broader power structure here benefits those who profit from the status quo, ensuring a constant demand for military intervention and the commodities it ostensibly protects. From the Strait of Hormuz, we move deeper into Iraq, a nation still reeling from decades of foreign intervention. Middle East Eye reports on Iraqi protesters attempting to breach Baghdad's heavily fortified green zone, aiming to reach the U.S. embassy. They were met with tear gas, highlighting the deep-seated resentment against foreign influence.
This isn't an isolated incident, it's a symptom of a much larger dissatisfaction with the ongoing U.S. presence and perceived interference in Iraqi sovereignty. The Green Zone itself, a symbol of international authority and separation, becomes a focal point for popular anger against external power.
The protesters' actions reflect widespread frustration among the Iraqi populace over issues like economic hardship, corruption, and a persistent lack of true national self-determination. The U.S. embassy, for many, represents the root of these issues, rather than a partner in stability.
The use of tear gas against these citizens underscores the fragility of the security situation and the readiness of authorities to suppress dissent, often to protect foreign interests. This repression only serves to inflame sentiments further, creating a cycle of protest and forceful response.
So, who benefits from this continued instability in Iraq? Certainly not the Iraqi people. The beneficiaries are often those who thrive in chaotic environments, foreign powers seeking to exert influence, factions leveraging discontent for political gain, and even elements within the oil industry that can negotiate more favorable terms amidst disarray.
Conversely, the Iraqi people are the ultimate losers, enduring violence, political paralysis, and the ongoing exploitation of their nation's vast oil wealth without seeing commensurate benefits in their daily lives. Their calls for sovereignty and dignity are consistently ignored or suppressed.
This continuous cycle of intervention, protest, and repression in Iraq isn't just about local politics, it's intricately linked to the global thirst for oil. Iraq, as a major OPEC producer, remains a critical piece in the world energy puzzle, making its internal stability a global concern.
The underlying power structure at play here is one where external powers, particularly the U.S., maintain a significant military and diplomatic footprint in oil-rich states, ostensibly for security, but effectively to safeguard their strategic energy interests. This often comes at the expense of national sovereignty and popular will. In a stunning and deeply alarming development, The Intercept reported on the U.S. assassination of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. This act represents an unprecedented escalation in an already tense standoff, pushing the region and indeed the world to the brink of a much wider conflict.
Let's be clear, this is an act of state-sponsored assassination against the leader of a sovereign nation. The Intercept quotes an analyst warning, this tells any potential adversaries of the U.S., get nuclear weapons. Hedging is not a strategy. This chilling assessment reveals the dangerous message such actions send globally.
The immediate aftermath will undoubtedly be characterized by intense retaliatory actions from Iran, potentially targeting U.S. assets, allies, or even global shipping routes, further destabilizing the Strait of Hormuz as discussed earlier. The implications for global energy markets are catastrophic.
This targeted killing ensures a rapid and severe response, plunging the entire Middle East into deeper chaos. Any illusions of de-escalation are now shattered. The question is not if Iran will respond, but how severely, and what other regional and global players will be drawn into the ensuing conflict.
Who benefits from such extreme provocation? Warhawks, certain defense contractors, and those who thrive on geopolitical tension would certainly see their agendas advanced. For oil companies, the ensuing instability and potential supply disruptions could drive up prices significantly, boosting their profits.
On the losing side, unequivocally, are ordinary citizens worldwide who will bear the brunt of higher energy costs, increased economic instability, and the very real threat of broader conflict. The people of Iran and the wider Middle East will suffer unimaginable human cost.
This act lays bare the aggressive posture of U.S. foreign policy, revealing a willingness to undermine international law and norms in pursuit of strategic objectives. It reflects a dangerous conviction that military force is the ultimate arbiter, even when it risks regional and global conflagration.
The deeper implication is the deliberate shattering of international order to maintain an energy-centric global hierarchy. By eliminating a key adversary in an oil-rich region, the U.S. risks demonstrating that nuclear armament is the only true deterrent against such unilateral actions, pushing the world towards a terrifying new arms race. Now, let's pivot dramatically from geopolitical conflict to the quiet revolution happening on the streets of New York City. CleanTechnica reports on the expansion of public battery swapping and charging stations, providing a certified, fire-safe alternative for e-bike workers.
This seemingly small development has significant implications for urban infrastructure and the gig economy. For thousands of food delivery workers relying on e-bikes, safe and convenient charging has been a major challenge, with tragic incidents of fires caused by unsafe home charging.
The expansion of these swapping stations directly addresses a critical safety issue. Previously, many e-bike batteries were charged indoors, often in residential buildings, leading to a rise in dangerous fires. This initiative offers a certified, controlled environment for energy storage.
Beyond safety, it's about accessibility and efficiency for a vital workforce. These workers often depend on their e-bikes for their livelihoods, and quick, reliable access to charged batteries means less downtime and increased productivity. It's practical, immediate support for sustainable transport.
Who benefits here? Primarily, the e-bike workers themselves, gaining safety and efficiency. The environment benefits from reduced carbon emissions as more people switch to electric transport. The companies providing these swapping services also benefit from an expanding market.
Traditional fossil fuel industries, particularly those reliant on urban vehicle emissions, might indirectly lose out as this clean energy infrastructure grows. However, the overall benefit leans heavily towards public safety, urban sustainability, and the well-being of essential workers.
This initiative underscores a fundamental shift in energy thinking, from large-scale, centralized power generation often tied to geopolitical conflict, to decentralized, localized, and user-centric energy solutions. It represents a ground-up transformation, rather than a top-down mandate.
The broader power structure here is a fascinating counterpoint to the earlier stories. It demonstrates how innovation and targeted infrastructure can empower individuals and small businesses, reducing reliance on global commodity markets and their associated conflicts, fostering resilience at the local level. Our final story brings us to China, where CleanTechnica reveals astounding breakthroughs in battery technology. Researchers are making major advancements in cost, performance, and safety, utilizing innovative materials like fluorine and even tofu brine.
This is a game changer. China's relentless pursuit of battery innovation means cheaper, more efficient, and safer energy storage solutions are emerging on an almost weekly basis. Such rapid progress has massive implications for electric vehicles, grid storage, and portable electronics.
The use of fluorine, for example, is enhancing battery stability and energy density, pushing the boundaries of what's possible in lithium-ion and next-generation battery chemistries. Meanwhile, even something as unexpected as tofu brine is being explored for sustainable, low-cost electrolyte components.
This innovative approach is not just about incremental improvements, it's about fundamentally rethinking battery design and manufacturing. China is strategically positioning itself as the undisputed global leader in clean energy technology, moving beyond mere manufacturing to pioneering research.
Who benefits from these breakthroughs? Globally, consumers will see more affordable and higher-performing EVs, while renewable energy integration becomes more viable with improved grid storage. China, of course, gains immense economic and strategic advantage, consolidating its lead in the clean energy transition.
The fossil fuel industry and countries heavily reliant on oil exports stand to lose as these battery advancements accelerate the transition away from internal combustion engines. This technological leap undermines the very foundation of the petrostates and their geopolitical influence.
This research represents a profound shift in global power dynamics. Control over energy is moving from hydrocarbon reserves to intellectual property and manufacturing prowess in renewable energy technologies. China is actively building a future where energy independence is achieved through innovation, not resource extraction.
The broader power structure implications are clear, a future where countries like China, investing heavily in scientific research and sustainable technology, gain unprecedented economic and diplomatic leverage. It's a powerful challenge to the established energy order, forcing a re-evaluation of what constitutes global power. What ties these disparate stories together, from the brink of war in the Middle East to breakthroughs in battery tech, is a profound tension between old and new energy paradigms. The first three stories illustrate the violent, extractive, and destabilizing nature of our addiction to fossil fuels.
They reveal a global system where military intervention and geopolitical brinkmanship are used to maintain control over hydrocarbon reserves, directly impacting global markets and fueling instability. The human cost and economic burden are immense, paid by ordinary citizens worldwide.
The assassinations, the threats to vital shipping lanes, the suppressed protests, these are all desperate attempts to preserve a power structure built on fossil fuels, a structure that benefits a select few at the expense of regional stability and global peace.
Yet, the last two stories offer a starkly different vision. They highlight a quiet, accelerating revolution in clean energy, driven by innovation and practical solutions. From urban battery swapping to groundbreaking material science in China, these advancements are empowering individuals and redefining national power.
This isn't just about cleaner air, it's about decentralizing power, reducing reliance on volatile regions, and fostering economic independence through technological leadership. The world is witnessing a race between clinging to the old, violent energy order and embracing a new, sustainable one.
The pattern is clear: the more we invest in and adopt clean energy solutions, the less leverage the architects of fossil fuel-driven conflict will have. Our choice now will determine whether we continue to fund conflict and instability, or build a more resilient, equitable, and peaceful energy future.
The truth is, we are at an energy crossroads. The decisions made today, from geopolitical maneuvers in the Middle East to research labs in China, will shape our world for generations. It's a battle between entrenched power and emerging innovation.
We must demand accountability from leaders whose actions perpetuate conflict for energy resources. And we must champion the innovators and policies accelerating the shift to sustainable solutions. Your awareness and engagement are crucial in this ongoing fight for a better future.
Thank you for joining us on Truth Report. We'll continue to dig deeper, challenge narratives, and bring you the unvarnished truth about the forces shaping our world. Good night.